creative friend. How are you today? I thought I would just pop on here right before Thanksgiving and wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you are doing well. I had a birthday yesterday. I turned 56 and had to go to the dentist today. So my tooth is hurting. I don't know about you, but I hate to go to the dentist. So I took Advil. Hopefully that's going to help. I'm working on this journal that I mentioned to you. It's my canvas print journal. It's made out of a disassembled book. I'm almost finished, so I'll do a flip through of that when I'm done. I had mentioned before that I wanted to make this channel a place for conversation, and maybe that's strange because it's a crafting channel, or it started as a crafting channel, but after a while I realized that it is a crafting channel, but I also want it to be a place of community and belonging, and where we can connect around whatever projects you do too. So even if you're not a journal maker, if you do any other projects, like somebody was mentioning to me that they do diamond art, and then there's paint by numbers, there's artists who do painting with watercolors, and well, whatever craft you do, there's a lot going on for a woman. Not to say that men can't be a part of the channel, I'd be happy for that, but the analytics of my channel show it's primarily women and mostly people 50 and above. So we have unique sets of issues going on related to perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And I went through all of those phases without really knowing what exactly was going on and what was happening. I wish that I had had a doctor who would have been able to share more with me about that. But when I tried to talk to the doctor that I had at the time when I was going through perimenopause, believe it or not, she actually yelled at me and just told me that all women go through this, and you just have to get over it, and you just have to go through it and deal with it. So I was really happy to finally find a doctor who understood about the changes that happen to women during those processes. And by the time I got to her, I was already 3 years postmenopausal, and she was able to start me on hormone replacement therapy, which they call HRT, and dramatically reduce a lot of the symptoms that I was still having at postmenopausal. And I think after having coffee with an old friend a couple of days ago who's going through this, she's just recently postmenopausal and still having a lot of issues and a lot of suffering with hot flashes and some other things. I think a lot of people think it'll just go away once your cycle stops, but that doesn't happen for everybody, and not everybody has symptoms at all, but a lot of people do. And so I don't know, today I just wanted to share that really quick. I don't know if it'll be helpful to anyone, but it sure would have been helpful to me. And I wouldn't have been really searching out that kind of content. I would have had to have come across it by someone I was already watching. So that's why I decided I could share it here in case, you're watching my channel for videos about journals or DIYs or paper crafts, and then maybe this information comes in, and maybe even if it helps one person who's struggling with things like recurrent UTIs, mood swings, hot flashes, night sweats, pain during intercourse, just pain in general in that area, or bone loss. I was diagnosed with osteoporosis, and now HRT is not going to solve that problem for me. I have to also have lifestyle changes, lifting weights and adding more calcium into my diet. But women, we were kind of sold a bad bill of goods as young women. Us, not to call us older, but we are, midlife. We were told about restricting calories and staying thin, and assuming that meant that we were healthy. But as we age, it turns out being thin is not good for your bones. And so lifting weights is important, and getting adequate calcium, and eating plenty of protein as well. So if you're struggling with these stages of life, perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopausal, maybe you want to talk to your healthcare provider about these symptoms and find somebody who won't yell at you like mine yelled at me. They do exist out there. And there is a podcast called You're Not Broken with Dr. Kelly Casperson, and she has a lot of good information. And she's also written a book. I believe her book is also called You're Not Broken. And there are YouTube channels that will walk you through exercises for strength training. And so these are important things that, in my experience, people have not been talking about in my circles. And I do think they're talked about much more, worldwide, and if you're on social media. But in our small circles, maybe in our communities, it just depends on the level of awareness as to how much these things are being talked about. But I don't know. I hope this helps someone, and I just thought I would share that. I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you'll take care of yourself. And thank you for being here. I hope to see you again soon. Until then, bye.